What's going on YouTube? It's the Game Zombie here with an Injustice topic video. Now recently we got the Injustice 2 leak, accidentally leaked by GameStop, and then following that we got the official announcement by NetherRealm Studios. Now following the launch trailer, we also got an official description from NetherRealm, and we got some interesting things that some of you may or may not have noticed that were in the trailer. What I really wanted to talk about is two main things. What is to be expected in Injustice 2 as far as what we know now and what we kind of know now, and the second being what is going to be the cinematic extended DC Universe's influence on Injustice. So first I want to kick things off with things that I noticed in the trailer. The biggest thing that stood out to me was the armor. Everybody has this commandable armor, this gear. Right away, Flash, you can see his armor popping up. Superman, Supergirl, everybody's just popping off their armor, popping off their armor. It's like an Iron Man freestyle contest. But the official description from NetherRealm kind of gives us a little more insight into what that armor is about. The description says, build and power up the ultimate version of your favorite DC legends in Injustice 2. With a massive selection of DC superheroes and supervillains, Injustice 2 allows you to personalize iconic DC characters with unique and powerful gear. Take control over how your favorite characters look, fight, and how they develop across a huge variety of game modes. Now, right away, the thing that screams to me is microtransactions. It was a disgrace how MKX came out with this, pay to fatalitize and pay to unlock crypt. Like, what? Some of my fondest memories was finding out which, little unlockables were where and trying to skip all the little crappy ones like the soundtracks and stuff and trying to find the alternate outfits and the characters and all that stuff, man. I mean, that was a huge part of the game. And just to, swipe your card or type in some information and just unlock it like that, that takes all the fun out of it. Now you can argue, well, there's some people that don't have time to sit there and unlock all that stuff, and it's not fair that they wouldn't have access to it, that's why it's there. Yeah, you could argue that, but I guarantee you that's not what NetherRealm's thinking about. So that's what sticks out to me right away. And this customizable gear system, so does that mean that different gear is going to have different attributes? So are they going to have like another variation system like MKX? Like if you wear, Batman's gauntlets, does that mean that you're going to have like special batarangs and have like a whole new, combo set? Because that's what I'm kind of thinking, and that is just going to be a huge mess as far as balancing the game, at least at first. NetherRealm is pretty good on staying on top of that, but from what I remember from Injustice, it was pretty much a spamming zone fest. It was just projectiles after projectiles. Deathstroke was just a pain in everybody's ass. Still is to this day. Still, if you can find a match online on Injustice, I guarantee you'll find a Deathstroke that will just spam guns. And they really, this time around, need to focus on balancing the whole zoning spamming thing. But anyways, back to the gear. So that's really interesting, you guys. If they do go that route, hopefully it's not as variation-centric, I guess you could say, as MKX. Because I could just see it just being a huge clusterfuck of balancing issues. Hopefully not a pay-to-play, because that's really just fucked off. And that's gonna, kill it for a lot of people out there, because NetherRealm is known to get greedy, you guys. It sucks to say it, but, they are some greedy motherfuckers. So, right away, we know that the gear is going to influence movesets, for sure. We just don't know to what extent. I'm assuming that it is going to be very similar to variations, and who knows how many pieces of armor it's going to be too, and they're going to be interchangeable, so it's not going to, you're going to have like multiple variations in one character. It sounds really interesting on paper. It's just, I think that NetherRealm has a lot on their plate as far as putting this all together and making it flow correctly. So the next thing I want to talk about is the DC Cinematic Extended Universe on the game. What is there to expect? Okay, I don't know if you guys can remember, but the first Injustice, it didn't come out till later in the game's life, but we got the alternate costumes for Superman and Zod, which were the movie skins, and that was just a taste of what I think is to come as far as Warner Brothers influence. I mean, Warner Brothers are the people that produce DC movies. They also produce NetherRealm games, Mortal Kombat, and Injustice. So I would expect for characters, especially the bigger ones, to kind of cross over into Injustice. So how big of an influence is Warner Brothers going to have on Injustice? Characters that are showing up in the movies to show up in Injustice, especially because we just had Batman vs. Superman. This year we're having Suicide Squad. The next year we're having the Wonder Woman movie, and we're having the first Justice League movie. So I would keep a close eye on characters that are showing up in these movies in the DC Extended Universe, because we're probably going to see at least a couple of them show up in Injustice. And on top of that, we're obviously going to get those movie skins too. So next, on the ESL Mortal Kombat Twitter, they posted a picture of a Injustice 2 shirt with the title, "Check out this Injustice 2 swag." And you got some pretty interesting hints at some of the characters that we might see maybe on the roster or definitely in the game, maybe in the storyline. We got obviously the Trident, Batman's cowl, Wonder Woman's shield, Superman symbol, Flash's boot, Harley Quinn's hammer, Dr. Fate's helmet, Captain Cold's gun, and it looks to be a lantern from the Lantern Corps. And there are so many lanterns, you guys. It could seriously be Sinestro. It could be Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. There's just so many. Even Lex Luthor was a lantern at one point. So yeah, you guys, it's hard to tell at this point, but they have definitely a lot to choose from. So what it's looking like right now is Aquaman, Batman, Superman, The Flash, Harley Quinn, Dr. Fate, Captain Cold, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and some kind of lantern character. So that's already a decent roster, literally from day one announcement, you guys. So hopefully they do it really big. I would be expecting at least 2 DLC packs, 4 characters each, so additional 8 characters. I wouldn't be surprised if the roster was smaller this time though, due to the fact that they're going to have this gear system. But we'll just see how that works out. I guess it's really all up to the numbers. The more money they make, the more likely they will roll out DLC. So that's it, you guys. That's pretty much all I wanted to cover. This seems really interesting, you guys. So let me know what you guys think. Are you excited about this gear system? Are you worried about this pay to play? Are you worried that the game's going to be too much, too jumbled, too hard to balance? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Feel free to hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe.